Hi and welcome along to the Bias Premier League show, brought to you today by Boohoo Man with my man White Yardie in the building. Yeah, what can I say, man? We're all a bit depressed because it was another one of them. Another L, this time to Chelsea, 2-0 to Chelsea at home. And it was a very comfortable win for Chelsea, a very, very comfortable win for Chelsea.
Easy.
And yeah, very depressing, man. It's I think I read, Yardie, where it's Arsenal's worst ever start to a season because not only have we lost 2 games, but we've not scored a goal yet.
Well, realistically, we haven't scored in the last 4 games. The pre-season games as well.
Yeah.
The last 2, Chelsea and Tottenham. We didn't score.
No. What are you talking about? We scored we scored against Chelsea.
Sorry.
Last 3. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it was poor. It was a poor performance.
Yep.
And the manager coming under a lot of pressure. I was doing interviews with fans after the game, and you know there was quite a few of them who were saying that they've had enough already. Let me just say before you.
We have a lot to say though.
I already know what's coming from you, but let me just give a little bit of mitigation on it. He is missing a lot of first team. He said it in his interview yesterday. He's missing a lot of first team players, and we're not talking about your little regular players. We're talking about the best players. No Lacazette. Aubameyang yesterday, I thought he worked his socks off, but we were told that the way Arteta explained it, he shouldn't even really been playing because he's still not fully recovered. He kind of did that one for the team, but he's still not fully over the COVID thing, because you can recover from COVID, but you know what it's like. I don't know if you had it. I've had it.
I don't know.
I've had it. It's not it takes you a little while to get over. He'd only had 1 training session apparently, so not really fully fit or fully up for it yet. Yeah, Ben White missing, COVID again. You had Thomas Partey missing. You had Gabriel missing. These are the best players in the team, and they're all missing, right? So I don't care what team you are, if you're well, maybe if you're Chelsea and you've got an unbelievable squad like them, but if you're missing your main big guns like that, that's going to have an effect. And that's been for both games now, that he's been missing those big players. And when you're coming up against a team like Chelsea, you had all the big guns out, plus the brand new signing of Lukaku. It makes a big difference, and we saw it yesterday. So you've got to give him that for a bit of. You don't agree?
Nope. I'm just waiting for you.
No. I'm
going to explain why. I'll explain why.
How can you not agree with that?
I cannot. You know why?
No, wait a minute. How can you not agree that wouldn't have a bit of an effect?
I will tell you. Because those players that you named, we had them last season. He had them out last season, and we was getting the same results.
No, hold on, wait a minute.
No, in pre-season, even in pre-season, and I know you're gonna say, but that's pre-season though. Listen, even in pre-season, he lined up a full starting 11 minus Gabriel and Saka against Chelsea, and we lost.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Tottenham, we lost.
Hold on.
Last season, we had all those players that you mentioned, and we still were losing.
No, wait a minute. See, this is where you mash up your argument, yeah? Because we didn't lose to Chelsea last season.
No, we lost. We just lost.
So forget a pre-season friendly.
No, you cannot.
Wait a minute. Last season we didn't lose to Chelsea.
I know.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We played them twice. We didn't lose them. We beat them twice.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm saying when you're missing, and I'm not saying that we're as good as Chelsea. Even beating them twice last season, we weren't as good as them, right? But what I'm saying is when you're missing so many key players, right, that has an effect. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you on the tactics. I think he got that horribly wrong. So
we was without Partey. Right? We was without Partey and Aubameyang for the Chelsea when we beat them at home last season as well.
Right, but I'm saying.
So I'm just saying,
no Lacazette, no Gabriel, no Partey. All the best players are missing. So
it doesn't matter, Robbie.
It's going to have. Of course, it matters.
Robbie,
you can't say that. I keep hearing this.
Robbie, we could bring in God. We could bring God into the team. Long as Arteta's putting out them tactics, we are not.
The tactics, I get you.
Exactly.
I'm with you on that.
Matter.
I'm with you on
it
that.
Doesn't matter.
I'm with you on that. I'm looking at the game.
Bringing the Avengers. We need them. We need the Robbie, Arteta, let me explain. Arteta's tactics, for every game is go out and play to not lose. His tactics is not go out there and play to win. Never. It's always play to not lose. And you can tell in how the team plays. They play very slow. They're not trying to catch it. They're not trying to fast ball to get a goal. They play very, very slow. We have 2 holding midfielders every game, which seems as if they're told, do not leave here. Do not try to adventure forward. Do not say, you know what, oh, Xhaka, sit back, let Lukonga go forward a little bit. Or Xhaka, you go forward. It's always like stay together. The wingers have been, like Pepe, for example, it's like he's told, just stay out that side. Do not ever come in. Do not swap with Saka. It's like they're structured, like rigid. Stay where you are, come back and defend.
I'm going to disagree with you again on this.
All right, cool.
I think the tactics are wrong, but I think it's almost like the opposite in that, right, there's too many. It's not rigid. In certain things, it's not rigid enough. There's too many changing around. Like, you know, where was Tierney yesterday? The man's halfway up the field, but then no one's covering in for him, right? You know what I mean? There was times, like you said, you've got midfielders dropping in almost like Xhaka. A lot of times, he's playing like a defender in the game.
Exactly.
Right? But if you're playing like a defender, that means you've got less players in the midfield. And you saw how easy it was for Chelsea to just hit one pass straight through the midfield and they're in.
If you as a
so
manager,
that's what I'm saying. So for me,
you change it.
I feel there's too many instructions, too many little intricate things he's trying, and they're not working. And I don't see a pattern of play to the team. That's what I see. I just think this guy, he's dishing out too many instructions. And the players, I looked at that game yesterday, I noticed that Leno started to just go long. And
yeah, why not? I see Lukaku and say, yo, may I kick this long?
And I think that that's Leno just saying to himself, I'm going to switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
Because we always play it, you know, out from the back, but we're camped in our own half a lot of the times. The tactics and why he didn't just match up Chelsea and go free at the back like what they did, I didn't get. We know that that's what Chelsea does. We know that a lot of players are missing.
He's not a manager. He's not, let's be real, he's a manager by default then, put it that way. He's in a club as a manager, but he has no, before that, he has no experience as a manager. And people might say, oh, he was Pep's second. He was Pep's warm-up man. Go outside, go warm. You know, before the game, they have the man that warm them up. That's him. That's what he was doing. Don't get me wrong, you can still learn. And I do still believe that one day he will become a good manager. But what he's doing even right now, he's damaging his CV. Because who's going to want to take it? 20 games in 6. Yo, I was seeing something that Emery played 78 games and lost 20 and was fired on his 20th when he lost 20 games. This man has beaten his record 20 in 60. Yeah, only 27 wins.
20 games out of.
And not only 27 wins. Only 27 wins. The goal difference is crazy. People are saying trying to be positive. How can we be positive when everything's negative? Our goal difference is in -4. That's -4. How can we be positive? We're not seeing anything. You bring on Aubameyang. No, yes, Aubameyang. That's what I said. Remember the last show? I said, you know what? I have to take back some of the stuff I said about Aubameyang last season because now I've actually worked it out. That listen, it doesn't matter who we put on up front. Martinelli started both games. We're not seeing anything. Guess why? Because there's no one providing for him. Yes, Odegaard has come in now. Is he going to play Smith Rowe and Odegaard? Or is he going to now switch and play one at a time, still stick to the 2 holding midfielders? I feel the 2 holding midfielders is not going to work.
But you know what it is, Yardy, right? It's not just about, it's not as simple as just bringing in Odegaard either.
No, it's not.
The team has to create things.
Yes.
And the team as a whole, the team doesn't create. Because as I said, we're dithering around with the ball at the back for half of the game, right?
Yeah.
So the team doesn't create. And going back to your point where I do agree with you about a manager of experience. I remember when this job was being, you know, it was vacant, and I got interviewed loads. Apart from doing the stuff on AFTV, I got interviewed by all of the TV, and they always said to me, Robbie, who do you want to bring in? And I said, boy, I'd go for somebody like Allegri, because he was available at that time.
But not anymore.
And I was saying that somebody like Allegri, he's got experience. He's been there. He's, you know. And then when I heard that Arteta was in for the job, I'm like, all right, I get it that they're trying to.
I thought it was just an interim thing, like
new, young, fresh thing, but he's not managed before. And I look at the Premier League. I don't think there's one manager in the Premier League that this is their first job.
No, because even Lampard, even Lampard,
Lampard was at Derby.
That's what I'm saying, even Lampard.
Right? Because the other day, somebody said to me, oh yeah, but Graham Potter, what is it? I said, no, Graham Potter was managing in Sweden. The Östersunds, I remember when we went to play them. He took them from the 4th division. This is the apprenticeship he's done, yeah? He took them from the 4th division right up to the top division and qualified them for the Europa League and played in the Europa League. He's got experience.
Yes.
And the thing is, when we talk about experience and it's your first job, if you're at like a Wayne Rooney at the moment, right, who's at Derby, they've hardly got any money. He's got bare problems at the club, right? Yeah. And he can learn on the job. He can lose a game and the whole world ain't watching it. The whole world ain't on his case. He hasn't got the president of Rwanda saying, yo, what's going on and stuff like that. He hasn't got about 1 million ex-players all saying it. He doesn't have Sky TV analysing every last thing because he's at a championship club or you're at a League One club or your other clubs under the radar and you're making mistakes. And when you in,
and it's not a disrespect to them teams. It's not a disrespect to them teams.
And you know in life, right, to improve and to get to that excellence, you have to make mistakes and learn from them. Yeah. But the problem is when you come to a big Premier League club,
this is the
top football. You don't get the chance to make those mistakes.
Not 20.
You get a little chance. You get a little chance to make those mistakes. But then after that, man are like, right, this is Arsenal. You hear fans all the time saying, yo, this is the Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about no mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's the same goes to if you're a manager of Chelsea, Man United, any of those big clubs, if you are there, you're not going to get the time. So that's why.
But this is the problem.
That's why you go for a manager who's got experience.
And has credentials and also has respect, because the problem is like, look, I was having this debate with somebody, right? And I was like, all right, cool. When you say Arteta, they'll be like, no, it's not Arteta, it's the owners. All right, cool. I hear what you're saying. Yes, we would love new owners, but we know that that's not going to happen like that. All right, and not only that, the owners have actually given money, as we can see. 130 million.
Well, I think he spent about 200 million now.
Oh, but I know. Arteta has bring in enough. He's brought in a lot of players. Already being in this club, he's brought in probably at least one player in every position, apart from a striker. But my thing is this: people who saying it's the owners. I get it. We want the owners gone. We know why we want the owners gone, because they don't care about the club. We want owners that care about the club and actually care about what's happening with us fans, like what we go witness every week. No, Arteta's been backed. He's giving money. The problem is, even Edu as well, they don't have the resources, they don't have the contacts, they cannot call certain players or certain agents and say, yeah, we want this player, that player. They put down the phone. They have to go with who, like these young players, because they know the young players are thinking, oh, Arsenal, all right, cool, big money, and let me go. And maybe I can step up and improve and then get a bigger move afterwards. That's how they pre in our club right now. If we had a Conte in right now, yeah, and he makes a call, he can get big players because he has a respect.
I was looking on it, and for instance, during this summer,
even Brendan Rodgers could have do it.
During this summer, at the start of this, just to put a little thing on what you just said there. During this summer, one of Arsenal's #1 targets at the start of this window was Manuel Locatelli. Locatelli's gone to Juventus.
Yeah.
You know, a little caveat to that: he is a Juventus fan as a kid. So, but actually, the offer that Arsenal put in was much bigger than Juventus. Juventus are taking him like on a 2-year loan deal with the option to buy at the end, right? Arsenal coming in with the cash to buy him, £35 million on the table to buy him, but he's decided to go to Juventus. Now, some of that is because he's a Juventus fan and he obviously wants to stay in Italy. But like you said that, if that was Conte ringing him up and saying, I've got this project here, it's in London, don't worry about the Italy thing, and jump on a plane, be back there, he'd come.
He would.
I'm convinced a guy like that would come. So you have got that element as well. But you're right. I mean, Josh Kroenke was at the game yesterday, right? And whatever you think about those guys, whatever your dislike of them, but like you said, this summer, they should have been doing it all summers, but this summer, they have backed him. And he now has not got no excuses, Mikel Arteta. I really would love to see this guy succeed. I really would.
I just want him to go to another club, learn the trade, learn the game, and learn it properly.
That's what should have happened.
You know
He should have.
Came in as a caretaker.
I don't believe that this is a job that you can come in and you've never ever managed.
No.
And he's up against it now. I mean, how many more games do you give him? I mean,
people on fan cam at we can't judge him off for 2 games, give him 10. 10? That's 30 points. We already lost 6, so that's 24 points. We have Man City and Tottenham in that running, plus Leicester.
Slow down. Get rid of him after 2 games.
Him should have gone from summer.
Right,
because this is the problem. This is the problem now, yeah? He has spent 130 million, and we don't know if they're going to spend any more, and he's the one doing the spending. If they sack him after the window close, yeah, whoever comes in has to work with whoever he buys. Now, don't get me wrong, Lukonga, I like how he plays. Good. Tavares, good. Ben White, I'm still need to see some more of him. Yeah, no, this is what I'm trying to say. I don't care. So, Lukonga has played and played 2. And
how many games has Harry Maguire played? The man's played 1 game.
It doesn't matter, Art.
Bloody hell, bro. Give him a chance.
Brother.
Listen. You cannot turn... whether you wanted him gone in the summer or not, I think Mikel Arteta is a very lucky manager, very lucky man to still be in charge of a club like Arsenal after, what's happened. 2 seasons, 8th place. However, he's still in the post. So to me, if I'm in charge and I've still got him there, I can't sack him after 2 games. I've got and remember, 2 out of those 3 games, even the first game, they're very tough games. Yeah? Right? So I'd be looking at it and saying, I'd be reviewing it at the end of September. If I was in charge, I'd be saying, come the end of September, after Norwich, Burnley, Tottenham? After those games, I'll be reviewing it. No, because you know what?
Robbie,
last season,
when we come to the Tottenham game, we could have been 12 points behind Tottenham. 12 points behind Tottenham.
Then you start to look at and say, right, maybe we have to get rid of him.
12 points behind Tottenham.
I don't think after 2 games.
Yes, he shouldn't even have made it to this far.
No, but he has. So now
let West Brom kick you out of the cup, yeah? Make West, and you tell me, and then people tell me, everyone who says
that could happen.
Everyone who says don't judge him after 2 games, let him get kicked out of the cup on Wednesday, and then what are you gonna say? Oh, don't judge him after 3 games. Then when you lose against City, don't judge him after 4 games. And when you lose, don't judge. We're not gonna keep saying don't judge him. Trust which process? The process is shit. We are fucked.
Listen,
underneath Arteta, sorry for my language, man.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm vexed. You know I'm vexed?
Yeah,
sorry. You know I'm vexed? Chelsea fans don't even banter with me no more. That's why I'm vexed. They feel sorry for me. Call me and cuss me and laugh. My barber is a Chelsea fan and this guy rinse me all the while, every time. Ha ha ha. This season, they beat me. I don't even get a ring. Don't even get a... I have to call him and all ignore me. They don't want to chat to me. Imagine that. We are laughing stocks like people don't even care about us no more. We're not even a mid-table club no more. We have just...
Listen. If Antonio Conte was in charge of Arsenal...
Throw the bag at him.
Wait, so one second.
Give him one.
Let me just ask you a question. If Antonio Conte, and I'm not defending Arteta's performances in the last 2 games, but if Antonio Conte would have been in charge of Arsenal for the last 2 games, with all those players that we just spoken about who are missing, right, up against Brentford and Chelsea, and then go to Man City with the same team, would you expect him to win? All right, take the Brentford one out of it, but would you expect him to beat Chelsea and Manchester City with the team we got?
Probably yes.
No, I don't.
No, you know why?
Sorry,
why?
I don't believe
no,
you. Even by the way,
maybe City.
Even by the way you answered it.
No,
even the way you answered it, I know that you're thinking.
Maybe City one, I'll be like still thinking like that, because that's been
maybe
the City one. I'll be like, that's gonna be a very difficult one for us. But what I'm saying is that what I see from
the team that you saw yesterday.
Let me tell you what I see from this team, Robbie. This is what I see from this team, because Arteta, they don't believe in Arteta. These players are not going out there. And it sounds bad because it's like they should be going out there and representing for the club. Regardless of who's in charge, you got them represent for that club. And guess what? Emma Smith-Rowe, he goes out there and represents. Soccer represents. Yeah? We see that. These are young boys who have come from the club, from the youth up, and they are representing because they care about the club. But what it is the other players don't...
with the team
we would have beat
out,
Brentford and we could have beat
with
Chelsea.
the team that we've had out. I don't think with the team we got out, even Conte, I don't think he'd have beat Chelsea, and he wouldn't beat City.
Well, listen.
All right, maybe Brentford, but he wouldn't, right? Because there's the
if we did lose, Robbie, if we lost,
that's why you got to give him.
If we lost and there was positives,
that's why he's got to get more. He's got to get more than just 2 games or 3 games.
The man have a whole 38 last season, a 40 game him gone already in the season. 40.
All right, this
plus couple from the.
I'm not going to change his mind. Just before we get into the boohoo man of the week, let's just quickly run through the scores. Liverpool beat Burnley 2-0.
Yep. Villa 2-0 winners over Newcastle. They're off the mark. Yeah. Palace drew Brentford. No wins yet for Patrick Vieira. No, but Leeds have one more point than Arteta. He does. Leeds 2, Everton 2. Manchester City, we play in the next game 5. And them just a warm up for Norwich 0. And them a warm up for Arsenal. Brighton 2, Watford 0. Basuma looked good in that game. Did you see him? 6 points. Did you see Basuma in that game? 6 points. That's, to me, that's who we should have signed. Yeah. Southampton 1. Manchester United were very, very fortunate to get that draw. Southampton should have won that game. They had big chances. And Tottenham, they scraped to 1-0 against Wolves with an early penalty, but 6 points for them, and of course, Tottenham, Nuno go back to him old club and got a win. And we are laugh at Nuno going to 6 Tottenham. Points. To be fair, 2 tough games. Man get 6 points. Boohoo man of the week. Boohoo man of the week. Unfortunately, it does have to go to Lukaku. I have to give it to him. Bullet the defense. Yeah, like he played very well. We scored on his debut. Yeah, and scored on his debut as well. This is right. Like, and I said this, and a lot of people cuss me. David Luiz, right? I'm not saying he's a long-term answer, yeah? I would have kept him on a bit because he would have handled Lukaku better than what I saw. He's more physical. He's more. Pablo Mari, man. Yeah, he needs to go soft. To the gym. Man looks soft, man. He just got spun up, man. Every minute. Man, twist and turn, you're like, I don't know, man. That's why. Yeah, but Lukaku like, dominated, did his thing, scored his debut. And they're going to be a threat, Chelsea. You can see they just get the ball up to him. He's a handful. Imagine that. Imagine as much as Werner ain't been scoring goals and that, but imagine they just buy Werner and they're like, you know what? Bring in Lukaku now. Yep. Yeah. Like, we don't even have them luxury. Idiot of the week. Oh, wow. Where do I go with Idiot of the week? Idiot of the week. Let me think about this one. This one is a very tricky one. Let me think about it. Any ideas? Anybody want to throw any out there? Okay, we just go with Arteta again then. Arteta, for the 2nd week in a row, you get Idiot of the week. You know what? I don't think he will get the hat trick. You know why I don't think he will get the hat trick? Because he's going up against Man City. So it'd be unfair to give him the hat trick next week if we lose. But depending on what you do. No, but you know what? I think you said something earlier which is key. Performance. Performance is very key, man. There's losing and there's the way we went down with a whimper. Come on. Like, Wolves played good against Tottenham as well. They did play decent. But they just, unfortunately, they didn't win. So that's what I'm saying. There's not ways to lose. But I'm just saying is that if you give some hope is what you're saying. Yeah, maybe we see some positives. And we're not seeing a lot of hope at the moment. No hope. One thing I agree with. No hope. So guys, listen, it's been a really horrible start to the season. The one positive was being at the game yesterday, seeing so many people that I haven't seen for a very long time. It was great. The atmosphere was incredible by those Arsenal fans. We did our part. Unfortunately, the team didn't do theirs. That was a positive for you. One positive for me from the game. It was a positive just being back at the game. Yeah. There was the guys that I sit amongst, right? Yeah. I haven't seen those guys for a year and a half, you know what I mean? And just to see them all there and they're all well, and you know, some older guys. It was nice, man. It was nice to be there and chatting to them. Positive for me yesterday. I was at home, and I had my dinner. I had my dinner before the game. I actually did a 5K charity walk as well. Oh, is it? Yeah, for prostate cancer as well. Oh, wicked. So, I'll do a lot of stuff for that cancer. McKellar. Oh, Errol, yeah, man, Errol. So we did that. It was very good. All right. The only thing about him is a Tottenham fan, but we never talk about football. He does such wonderful stuff for charity that we always big him up. So big up Errol, man. Errol does loads of things for prostate cancer UK. I actually completed it first. the walk.
Oh, it's a race.
No, it was charity, but I
was
competitive. I knew we were gonna win yesterday, so I just wanted to win.
It
made me feel better.
When you got to the end of it, towards the end of it now, you just sprinted off and walked
I did.
past it.
I run the
That's
last.
bad mind, man.
Yo, the people now walk too slow, yeah, man.
All right, now listen, don't forget to, if you want any of the items for Boohoo Man, check out the link in the description. Click, you can get up to 40% off.
Nice.
He's got the pants, my Bob Marley. Talking of Bob Marley, have you seen Ajax's kit?
Woo!
That's nice, man. They're Bob Marley inspired kit.
Yeah, and you know what? The Marley, the actual family played a part in getting it created. So in case anybody come and be like, oh, the people be like, no, the family gave them the okay.
I like that kit, man. I like that kit.
Yeah, I might buy it just to wear it on the show.
Right, so listen, we'll be back next week. Click the link in the description for the Boohoo Man items. Winter's coming, so they've got a full range there. Check it out, and let's hope that, West Brom, we need a result. That's no longer just a little idiot game. That's an important game for Arteta. You heard the Yardie.
They're going to be outfit.
There's many other people that are talking like how he's talking, and then City at the weekend, and then we have a much needed break so early in the season. For us, we need it. Trust me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here to AFTV.